The entertainment world was shaken when news broke of the tragic deaths of legendary director and actor Rob Reiner and his wife, Michele Singer Reiner, at their Brentwood, Los Angeles home on December 14, 2025. The couple's sudden and violent deaths have left family, friends, and fans grappling with shock and grief. Among the most affected is Rob Reiner's daughter, Tracy Reiner, who has spoken publicly about her overwhelming emotions in the immediate aftermath. Tracy Reiner, 61, who is also the daughter of Penny Marshall, described her feelings in stark, heartfelt terms, saying she is currently in shock following the deaths. She emphasized the profound impact of losing both a father and a stepmother under such tragic circumstances, revealing that she had seen her father only a day before the incident at a family gathering. The close timing of that visit, she said, makes the loss even more difficult to process. "I came from the greatest family ever," Tracy told the press, reflecting both her admiration for her father and the sense of irreplaceable loss she now faces. Her statements underline the depth of the emotional trauma caused by the suddenness and nature of the event. The fact that both Rob Reiner and Michele Singer Reiner were victims of homicide adds a harrowing dimension to the grief, making it not only a personal loss but also a deeply disturbing event that has attracted significant media attention. Tracy's public words, though brief, convey the combination of sorrow, disbelief, and the struggle to comprehend the reality of the situation. Tracy's remarks also provide insight into the close bonds within the Reiner family. She consistently emphasized her appreciation and love for her family, portraying a sense of unity and connection that makes the deaths all the more devastating. Her reflection, "I came from the greatest family ever," captures a lifetime of familial affection and shared memories, highlighting the depth of her personal loss. The broader context of the tragedy adds complexity to Tracy's statements. Reports indicate that her younger half-brother, Nick Reiner, has been arrested and charged with first-degree murder in connection with the deaths of his father and stepmother. This revelation has added another layer of difficulty for Tracy and the family, who are now coping not only with the grief of losing loved ones but also with the shock of the circumstances surrounding the deaths. The combination of familial bonds, public scrutiny, and legal proceedings creates a uniquely painful situation for Tracy Reiner. In conclusion, Tracy Reiner's public statements provide a window into the profound grief and shock experienced by a daughter facing the sudden and violent loss of her parents. Her words emphasize the love, respect, and admiration she held for her father and stepmother while also reflecting the deep emotional turmoil triggered by the tragic events. As the family navigates both personal grief and the public attention surrounding the case, Tracy's testimony remains a poignant reminder of the human dimension behind headlines, illustrating the enduring impact of loss on those left behind. The sudden and tragic deaths of Rob Reiner and Michele Singer Reiner have sent shockwaves through Hollywood and the broader public. As news of the incident broke on December 14, 2025, fans and colleagues across the entertainment industry expressed their grief, disbelief, and condolences. Social media platforms quickly filled with tributes, reflecting the deep admiration and respect held for Rob Reiner, both as a pioneering director and a beloved actor, as well as for Michele Singer Reiner, known for her charitable work and support of artistic communities. Rob Reiner, acclaimed for his work on films such as This Is Spinal Tap, The Princess Bride, and A Few Good Men, had long been a prominent figure in Hollywood. His career spanned decades, earning both critical acclaim and popular admiration. Many colleagues described him as a mentor, visionary, and a deeply compassionate individual who valued collaboration and artistic integrity. Similarly, Michele Singer Reiner had cultivated a reputation as a warm, supportive presence in philanthropic and cultural circles, contributing to numerous community initiatives. The dual loss of such influential figures has left a palpable void in the cultural landscape. Fans and peers alike have voiced profound sorrow. Public figures in the entertainment industry have shared memories, anecdotes, and reflections on Reiner's contributions, emphasizing his impact not only as a filmmaker but also as a father and friend. The sense of collective mourning underscores the significance of the Reiner's influence, both professionally and personally. In many ways, the public outpouring mirrors the private grief of the family, amplifying the weight of the tragedy. The situation is further complicated by the circumstances surrounding the deaths. Reports indicate that Nick Reiner, the couple's younger son, was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. According to news reports, the family had experienced long-standing tensions, reportedly involving disputes over behavior, substance use, and prior conflicts. This complex family dynamic, now tragically culminating in violence, has drawn extensive media scrutiny. Legal analysts and commentators have noted the unusual and harrowing nature of the case, emphasizing the challenges inherent in navigating both criminal proceedings and public attention simultaneously. The media coverage has been intense. Outlets ranging from mainstream newspapers to entertainment news platforms have provided ongoing updates, reporting on the arrest, court proceedings, and family statements. While journalists have aimed to balance factual reporting with sensitivity, the highly public nature of the case has inevitably attracted speculation, commentary, and extensive public engagement. The dual role of the family as both private individuals and figures of public interest creates a delicate tension, requiring careful navigation of grief, legal processes, and media exposure. Hollywood's response has been particularly notable. Industry organizations, actors, directors, and producers have issued statements honoring Rob Reiner's legacy, reflecting both personal connections and professional admiration. Tributes frequently highlight his pioneering contributions to filmmaking, his mentorship of emerging talent, and his commitment to socially relevant storytelling. Simultaneously, many have acknowledged Michele Singer Reiner's philanthropic efforts and her role in fostering creative communities, further emphasizing the broader societal impact of the Reiners as a family unit. The case also raises broader discussions about familial relationships, mental health, and the pressures that can exist behind closed doors, even within prominent families. Legal experts have pointed out the complexities involved in prosecuting cases where family dynamics are intertwined with violent incidents, highlighting challenges in establishing motive, assessing mental state, and navigating potential mitigating circumstances. The public and media attention further intensifies the scrutiny on the family, compounding the emotional weight for surviving members. Tracy Reiner's statements, reflecting her personal grief, serve as a focal point for understanding the human dimension of this tragedy. Her acknowledgement of shock and sorrow highlights the profound emotional impact on those closest to the victims. Moreover, her public reflections underscore the contrast between the private mourning of family members and the public's engagement with the story. Through her words, audiences gain insight into the personal toll of a highly publicized family tragedy, illustrating the intersection of private grief and public attention. In the coming months, the legal proceedings involving Nick Reiner will likely remain a central focus. Courts will examine evidence, assess testimony, and consider the broader context of family dynamics, mental health considerations, and intent. While the criminal case unfolds, the public and media will continue to grapple with both the loss of influential cultural figures and the disturbing circumstances that led to their deaths. This dual narrative, mourning beloved figures while navigating the shock of violent circumstances, will shape ongoing public discourse, media coverage, and the legacy of the Reiner family. Ultimately, the deaths of Rob Reiner and Michele Singer Reiner serve as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the complex dynamics that can exist within families, regardless of social status or professional achievement. The grief experienced by Tracy Reiner and other family members highlights the enduring human impact of such tragedies. As the entertainment industry and the public continue to process this event, the legacy of the Reiners, as artists, philanthropists, and family members, remains both celebrated and mourned, providing a poignant reflection on the interplay between personal loss and public memory. The deaths of Rob Reiner and Michele Singer Reiner represent a tragic intersection of personal loss, public scrutiny, and enduring legacy. As the immediate shock of the incident subsides, attention increasingly turns to the long-term implications for the Reiner family, the Hollywood community, and the broader public. For Tracy Reiner and other surviving family members, the emotional aftermath is profound, requiring an extended period of mourning, adjustment, and coping with grief that is intensified by media attention and the legal proceedings surrounding the case. From a familial perspective, the tragedy has created a permanent rupture. Losing both a father and a stepmother under violent circumstances introduces complex emotional layers, including sorrow, disbelief, and, in some cases, anger or confusion. Tracy Reiner's initial statements convey a sense of being overwhelmed, yet they also reflect her resilience and commitment to honoring her family's memory. In the months and years ahead, surviving family members will likely confront challenges related to emotional recovery, mental health, and maintaining family cohesion in the face of public scrutiny and a highly charged legal environment. The public dimension of the Reiners' deaths adds an additional layer of complexity. Rob Reiner's prominence as a filmmaker and public figure ensures that the event remains a matter of widespread interest, with ongoing media coverage chronicling both the legal proceedings and the personal reflections of family and friends. This sustained attention can create a dual burden for the family: the need to navigate personal grief while simultaneously managing the external expectations and curiosity of the public. For Tracy Reiner, this juxtaposition is particularly challenging, as her private mourning is inevitably intertwined with public perception and commentary. Hollywood's response also underscores the enduring influence of Rob Reiner and, to a lesser extent, Michele Singer Reiner. Colleagues and industry leaders have continued to honor Reiner's contributions to cinema, highlighting his creative vision, mentorship, and commitment to storytelling that resonates across generations. Tributes often emphasize the collaborative spirit he fostered on sets, his ability to inspire emerging talent, and his lasting impact on both film and television. Michele Singer Reiner, remembered for her charitable work and community involvement, is similarly recognized as a figure who enhanced cultural and philanthropic efforts. Collectively, these tributes help shape a legacy that transcends the tragedy, preserving their contributions for future generations. Legally, the case involving Nick Reiner is likely to unfold over an extended period, with courts examining motive, intent, and the broader context of familial dynamics. Legal analysts have highlighted the complexities inherent in cases involving interfamily violence, particularly when compounded by issues of mental health or substance use. The outcome of these proceedings will not only determine accountability but may also influence public understanding of the circumstances leading to the deaths. For the family, the legal process represents both a source of anxiety and a framework through which some measure of resolution or justice might eventually be achieved. The tragedy also prompts reflection on broader societal issues, including family dynamics, mental health awareness, and the pressures that can exist behind closed doors, even among prominent families. The public's engagement with the story, while often empathetic, can also serve as a lens through which discussions about prevention, intervention, and support systems take place. In this sense, the Reiners' deaths may have a lasting impact beyond personal and professional circles, informing dialogue on familial conflict and mental health resources. Emotionally, the long-term aftermath for Tracy Reiner and the extended family will likely involve ongoing grief, therapy, and the cultivation of coping mechanisms to navigate the void left by the deaths. Maintaining the memory of Rob and Michele, celebrating their achievements, and fostering resilience among surviving family members will be central to this process. Public tributes, retrospectives, and media coverage can serve both as a source of comfort and as a reminder of the enduring nature of their contributions to culture and community. In conclusion, the deaths of Rob Reiner and Michele Singer Reiner are a multidimensional tragedy that intertwines personal grief, public interest, and enduring legacy. For Tracy Reiner and her family, the emotional toll is profound and long-lasting, encompassing shock, sorrow, and the challenges of navigating legal proceedings. Simultaneously, Hollywood and the broader public continue to honor the cultural and philanthropic contributions of both individuals, ensuring that their influence endures. The Reiner story serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life, the complexity of familial relationships, and the enduring impact of loss, illustrating how personal tragedy intersects with public memory and legacy in ways that resonate far beyond the immediate circle of family and friends. The tragic deaths of Rob Reiner and Michele Singer Reiner reverberate far beyond their immediate family and Hollywood circles, highlighting the broader societal implications of violent family tragedies. While the personal grief experienced by Tracy Reiner and other relatives remains central, the public discourse surrounding this case reveals critical issues in media coverage, familial conflict, mental health, and societal perceptions of crime and justice. One of the most significant societal effects of this event is the attention it draws to interfamily violence, a phenomenon often obscured by stigma, privacy, or assumptions about socioeconomic status. The Reiners, being a prominent Hollywood family, defy stereotypes that violent familial incidents only occur in certain social strata. Instead, their story underscores that family dynamics, unresolved conflicts, and mental health challenges can affect any household. The circumstances surrounding Nick Reiner's alleged actions prompt important discussions about early intervention, awareness of warning signs, and the need for accessible mental health resources for families experiencing tension or behavioral issues. Media coverage has played a complex role in shaping public understanding and reaction. Traditional news outlets, entertainment media, and social platforms have reported on the case extensively, combining factual updates with commentary, analysis, and public opinion. While this coverage ensures transparency regarding legal proceedings and family statements, it also raises questions about sensationalism and the emotional toll on grieving family members. Tracy Reiner's public remarks, for example, provide authentic insight into the personal impact of the tragedy, yet the relentless media scrutiny inevitably exposes the family to stress and potential misinterpretation. The interplay between media reporting and personal grief highlights the ethical challenges journalists face when covering high-profile, sensitive cases. Social media has amplified the public response, enabling fans and followers to share tributes, memories, and condolences. This participatory aspect of grief allows a broader community to honor Rob Reiner's contributions to cinema and Michele Singer Reiner's philanthropic work. However, it also introduces the risk of misinformation, speculation, and invasive commentary, which can exacerbate the family's distress. The duality of social media, serving both as a platform for mourning and a potential source of intrusion, reflects contemporary challenges in balancing public engagement with respect for privacy. Beyond media considerations, the case encourages reflection on mental health and the pressures faced by family members in high-stress environments. Analysts have suggested that understanding the psychological factors involved, including stress, substance use, or unresolved conflicts, is essential for contextualizing the events. While criminal responsibility remains the legal focus, societal discourse increasingly considers preventive measures, such as counseling, mediation, and early intervention programs, as vital tools to reduce the likelihood of family-related violence. The Reiner story thus becomes a lens through which broader preventive and educational strategies can be examined and promoted. The public response has also emphasized the importance of legacy and memory. Rob Reiner's body of work continues to be celebrated not only for its artistic merit but also for its cultural relevance and social commentary. Films like The Princess Bride and A Few Good Men remain enduring sources of inspiration, reflecting Reiner's ability to merge entertainment with meaningful storytelling. Michele Singer Reiner's contributions to charitable causes and community initiatives further reinforce the family's lasting societal impact. Public acknowledgement of their legacies provides a measure of consolation, illustrating how cultural and philanthropic accomplishments can endure beyond personal tragedy. Moreover, the case highlights the tension between public fascination and private grief, a dynamic that extends into broader societal questions about the boundaries of empathy, curiosity, and voyeurism. The human desire to understand shocking events, combined with the accessibility of personal details through media channels, creates a complex ethical environment. This tension underscores the importance of responsible reporting, compassionate commentary, and thoughtful engagement from the public to avoid compounding the suffering of those directly affected. Finally, the Reiner's tragedy invites reflection on the universal challenges of family life, mental health, and the unpredictability of human behavior. While few families experience such extreme circumstances, the underlying themes, communication breakdowns, conflict resolution, and emotional vulnerability, resonate broadly. By examining this case, society can gain insights into the importance of supporting families, fostering mental health awareness, and cultivating environments where conflict can be addressed constructively before escalation occurs. In conclusion, the deaths of Rob Reiner and Michele Singer Reiner resonate on multiple levels: personally, for their grieving family, publicly, for fans and colleagues, and societally, as a lens through which broader issues of mental health, family violence, and media ethics are examined. Tracy Reiner's candid reflections illuminate the human dimension of loss, while the ongoing media coverage and legal proceedings highlight the intersection of private tragedy with public interest. The case prompts critical discussions about prevention, awareness, and societal responsibility, ensuring that the Reiner story informs both cultural memory and meaningful dialogue on family dynamics, mental health, and the complexities of human relationships. As the dust settles in the wake of Rob Reiner and Michele Singer Reiner's tragic deaths, attention shifts from immediate grief to the long-term challenges and opportunities for the surviving family members, particularly Tracy Reiner. Moving forward involves not only coping with profound personal loss but also navigating the social, legal, and emotional aftermath that accompanies high-profile family tragedies. This phase requires resilience, reflection, and engagement with both professional and community support systems to foster healing and growth. For Tracy Reiner and the extended family, the path forward is likely to involve a combination of personal reflection, therapy, and careful management of media attention. Public statements made by Tracy indicate a profound sense of shock, loss, and responsibility to honor her parents' legacy. These statements underscore the dual burden faced by individuals in high-profile families. They must grieve privately while also responding to public curiosity and expectations. Maintaining this balance is essential to emotional recovery and helps establish a framework for coping with ongoing media scrutiny and legal proceedings. Legal developments will continue to influence the family's emotional journey. The prosecution of Nick Reiner for first-degree murder presents both a challenge and a potential mechanism for closure. Court proceedings, expert testimony, and evidentiary evaluation will determine accountability and provide a formal structure for addressing the tragedy. For the surviving family, the judicial process is a crucial aspect of moving forward, offering clarity and, potentially, a measure of justice. While the outcome cannot replace the personal losses experienced, it may provide a framework for understanding and eventual reconciliation with the events. Community support also plays a pivotal role in the healing process. Friends, colleagues, and members of the entertainment and philanthropic communities have offered condolences, shared memories, and provided tangible assistance to the grieving family. Such support helps reinforce social connections, provide emotional comfort, and reduce the sense of isolation that can accompany grief. In high-profile situations, the community's role extends beyond sympathy. It can foster resilience and provide platforms for honoring the deceased while nurturing the survivor's well-being. The Reiner's tragedy also offers broader lessons for society, particularly regarding mental health, family conflict, and preventive interventions. High-profile cases like this highlight the universality of family challenges, demonstrating that issues such as substance use, unresolved disputes, and emotional strain can affect any household. Societal awareness and open dialogue about mental health resources, counseling, and family support systems are critical in mitigating risks and preventing similar tragedies. In this context, the Reiner story serves as both a cautionary tale and an opportunity to advocate for proactive approaches to family wellness. Reflecting on Rob Reiner and Michele Singer Reiner's legacies further informs the family's path forward. Rob Reiner's contributions to film, television, and cultural discourse exemplify the enduring impact of creative work, while Michele Singer Reiner's philanthropic endeavors highlight the importance of civic engagement and generosity. For Tracy Reiner and her extended family, celebrating these achievements can be both a form of remembrance and a source of inspiration. Honoring their parents' values and continuing their work in artistic, charitable, or social spheres provides a constructive outlet for grief and a way to perpetuate their influence positively. Moreover, the family's experiences underline the importance of intentional, reflective approaches to coping with trauma. This includes seeking professional counseling, engaging in supportive networks, and creating structured rituals or memorials to acknowledge the deceased. These practices not only aid in processing grief but also help maintain family cohesion and emotional stability in the face of ongoing challenges. Finally, the Reiner story emphasizes the broader role of society in responding to tragedy. Empathy, responsible media coverage, and community engagement are essential in creating environments that support healing while respecting privacy. Public awareness of familial violence, mental health challenges, and the complexities of grief contributes to a more informed, compassionate society. By fostering these discussions and advocating for supportive resources, the broader community can help prevent future tragedies and provide meaningful assistance to those affected. In conclusion, moving forward for the Reiner family involves navigating grief, legal processes, and public attention while drawing strength from community support and the enduring legacies of Rob Reiner and Michele Singer Reiner. Tracy Reiner's journey reflects the intricate interplay between personal resilience, societal engagement, and the pursuit of closure. Lessons from this tragedy extend beyond one family, offering insights into mental health, family dynamics, and the responsibilities of both individuals and communities in responding to loss. By embracing reflection, support, and purposeful action, the Reiner family and society at large can transform grief into growth, ensuring that the impact of Rob and Michele's lives continues to resonate meaningfully for years to come. The deaths of Rob Reiner and Michele Singer Reiner have prompted not only widespread mourning but also extensive discussion regarding the role of media and the psychological impact of tragedy within the Hollywood community. While public grief and tributes reflect admiration for the couple, the way this story has been disseminated raises questions about media responsibility, audience perception, and the broader societal lessons that emerge from such high-profile incidents. Media coverage of the Reiner tragedy has been both pervasive and multifaceted. Mainstream news outlets have focused on factual reporting of the incident, including details of the investigation, arrest, and legal proceedings. Entertainment-focused platforms have provided context on Rob Reiner's cinematic contributions and Michele Singer Reiner's philanthropic endeavors, often highlighting personal anecdotes from colleagues and friends. Social media amplifies these narratives, allowing fans and the general public to engage in collective mourning. However, this coverage also brings the risk of sensationalism, misinformation, and emotional intrusion, which can exacerbate the distress of the family and complicate the grieving process. For Hollywood, the impact of this tragedy is both personal and professional. Rob Reiner's decades-long career and mentorship of emerging talent created deep connections within the industry. His loss resonates among actors, directors, producers, and writers, many of whom consider him a formative influence on their artistic development. The sudden and violent nature of his passing introduces additional layers of shock and psychological strain, highlighting the vulnerability of even highly accomplished individuals to unforeseen personal crises. Similarly, the loss of Michele Singer Reiner reverberates across social and charitable circles, reminding the community that personal grief and public service are often intertwined. The psychological implications extend to discussions of mental health and support within high-pressure environments such as Hollywood. The circumstances surrounding Nick Reiner, who faces charges for the deaths of his parents, underscore the complexity of familial relationships, substance use, and unresolved conflicts. This prompts the industry and society to examine preventive measures, mental health interventions, and mechanisms for identifying warning signs in family and community settings. By learning from such incidents, professionals in high-stress fields can develop strategies to support emotional well-being and reduce the likelihood of similar tragedies occurring. Public engagement also carries educational potential. The widespread attention given to the Reiner case facilitates dialogue on topics such as family dynamics, domestic conflict, and the psychological consequences of trauma. Media coverage, when handled responsibly, can inform audiences about the importance of communication, early intervention, and accessible mental health resources. Moreover, discussions surrounding grief and loss, as exemplified by Tracy Reiner's candid reflections, provide an avenue for broader societal understanding of the human experience of tragedy, encouraging empathy and awareness. Hollywood itself may reflect on cultural narratives related to family, conflict, and resilience in the wake of this incident. Artists, writers, and filmmakers often draw inspiration from real-life experiences, and the Reiner tragedy may influence creative exploration of themes such as familial tension, emotional vulnerability, and the consequences of unchecked interpersonal conflict. This not only honors the memory of Rob and Michele Reiner by situating their story within cultural discourse but also contributes to collective understanding of complex human relationships. Furthermore, the case highlights the delicate balance between public interest and individual privacy. While audiences naturally seek information, respect for the grieving family remains paramount. Ethical reporting, measured social commentary, and conscientious engagement are essential to ensuring that public discourse does not compound trauma. In this context, Tracy Reiner's measured statements serve as a model for balancing personal grief with public visibility, offering insight while maintaining dignity and emotional integrity. Finally, the tragedy underscores the intersection of legacy, memory, and societal learning. Rob Reiner's cinematic achievements and Michele Singer Reiner's charitable work remain enduring aspects of their influence, providing a foundation for public reflection and appreciation. Simultaneously, the circumstances surrounding their deaths prompt ongoing conversations about mental health, family conflict, and media responsibility. Together, these elements create a multifaceted lesson for Hollywood, society, and future generations, illustrating the importance of empathy, preventive care, and ethical engagement in times of crisis. In conclusion, the Reiner family tragedy provides insight into the psychological, social, and cultural dimensions of public grief. Media influence, Hollywood's emotional response, and the educational potential of such events all contribute to a deeper understanding of human relationships, vulnerability, and resilience. By approaching these issues thoughtfully, society can honor the memory of Rob Reiner and Michele Singer Reiner while fostering greater awareness, empathy, and preparedness for addressing familial and societal challenges. Their story, tragic yet instructive, serves as a catalyst for reflection, dialogue, and meaningful action across multiple spheres of influence. As the Reiner family continues to navigate the aftermath of Rob and Michele Singer Reiner's tragic deaths, Tracy Reiner's perspective offers a deeply personal lens through which to understand grief, resilience, and the enduring power of family bonds. While public discourse often emphasizes the sensational aspects of the tragedy, Tracy's reflections remind us of the profound human experience at the heart of such events, the love, connection, and memories that define family life. Tracy Reiner has spoken openly about her shock and sorrow, acknowledging the sudden and violent nature of her parents' passing. These expressions of grief reveal the complexity of emotions that follow a traumatic loss: disbelief, anger, sadness, and the struggle to process an event that feels unimaginable. By sharing her feelings publicly, she not only communicates her own pain but also invites others to recognize the universal vulnerability inherent in familial relationships. Her openness encourages empathy and underscores the importance of acknowledging emotions rather than suppressing them, even in the face of public attention. Central to Tracy's reflections is the enduring significance of family bonds. She has consistently described Rob and Michele Reiner as sources of love, guidance, and inspiration throughout her life. Her memories highlight the importance of shared experiences, mutual support, and the values instilled by her parents. In her words, "I came from the greatest family ever," she affirms not only her affection for her parents but also the foundational role that family plays in shaping identity and resilience. This perspective emphasizes that even in moments of profound loss, the lessons, love, and influence of family members continue to guide and sustain those left behind. Tracy's journey also highlights the process of inner healing and the cultivation of strength following tragedy. Grieving in a high-profile context adds complexity, yet she demonstrates a commitment to navigating this process thoughtfully. Her approach underscores the importance of combining personal reflection, emotional processing, and external support, whether from friends, professional counselors, or the broader community. By prioritizing her own well-being while honoring the memory of her parents, Tracy exemplifies the capacity for resilience and adaptation in the face of adversity. The broader implications of her reflections extend to audiences observing the tragedy from afar. Tracy's experiences serve as a reminder that loss is both intensely personal and universally relatable. Her acknowledgement of grief, combined with her commitment to preserving her parents' legacy, offers a model for coping with loss constructively. It demonstrates that honoring loved ones can coexist with the pursuit of personal growth and emotional restoration, providing guidance for others facing similar challenges. Finally, Tracy Reiner's perspective reinforces the enduring influence of family on shaping values, character, and emotional fortitude. Despite the profound pain of losing Rob and Michele Reiner, she continues to draw strength from their teachings, memories, and love. This enduring connection illustrates the power of familial bonds to transcend even the most tragic circumstances, providing both comfort and inspiration. Through her reflections, Tracy conveys a message of hope, resilience, and the enduring capacity for human beings to recover, adapt, and honor those they have lost. In conclusion, Part 7 highlights the personal dimension of the Reiner family tragedy, focusing on Tracy Reiner's reflections on grief, family bonds, and inner strength. Her words provide insight into the emotional reality behind the headlines, emphasizing resilience, love, and the lasting impact of parental guidance. By sharing her experiences, Tracy offers a poignant reminder of the human capacity for recovery and the enduring significance of family connections, even in the wake of profound loss.